4, the doorbell. I was so excited. I had so many questions. Why is purple light coming out of the photo? Because of the magic? And how come I've never seen any magical creatures? They do still come here, right? Where do you keep them? Are there some here right now? Mom laughed. Phew, okay, let's see here. Yes, the photo glows because of the magic. Anytime you photograph a magical creature, some of the magic stays in the photo. When a magical animal does need my help, I keep it in our barn. And finally, no, there aren't any magical animals here right now. Sometimes no one needs my help for weeks at a time. This will all make more sense once I've shown you the barn. Come on. As Mom and I walked out to the barn together, I laughed to myself. I never played there because I thought it was super boring. Boy, was I wrong. Mom led me around to the back door of the barn. Before he left for the forest, Pip added a special doorbell to our barn's back door. I thought I was the only one in the family who could see it, but I'm guessing you'll be able to see it too. Sassafras interrupted my mom by meowing loudly. Mom laughed. Oh yes, I should add that clever animals like Sassafras can see it as well. I knelt down and looked all over the back wall of the barn, but I didn't see anything. Try lying down on your stomach. Now a little to the left and down just a tiny bit. Do you see it? The grass tickled my neck as I lowered my head a little more. All of a sudden, I could see a round button. It looked like a regular doorbell, except this one shimmered in a wave of rainbow colors. I moved my head up a bit and it disappeared. Whoa, no wonder I've never noticed this before. Although, now that I thought about it, I might have at least heard it before. Every once in a while, the most beautiful tinkling sound would come from my mom's office. She always told me it was an alarm on her phone reminding her to do something. I guess I never thought to ask what. That bell that rings in our house sometimes, is that the barn doorbell? Yes, it is. I never know when I'll hear the bell, but whenever I'm home, I'm always listening. What about when you're gone? What happens then? Well, all I can do is hope that I'm here when the bell rings and an animal needs me. I remembered my mom standing in the window looking out at the barn. She must have been worried about what would happen while she was gone at this conference. Maybe I could help. You're going to be gone for a week. That's a long time. If an animal rings the bell while you're gone, do you think maybe I could help them? I looked down at my feet and poked the ground with my toe. I mean, I know I'm just a kid, but I could try. My mom smiled. I was hoping you'd suggest that. Are you sure? It might be a lot to handle. Though you could always call me if you needed help. I nodded and stood up a little straighter. My mom put her hands on my shoulders and kissed my forehead. Now I won't have to worry while I'm gone. Thank you. My stomach did flips. On one hand, I was super excited to meet a magical animal. On the other hand, I was worried that I wouldn't know what to do. I didn't want to mess up. But my mom was my age when she helped Pip. A kid had done this alone before, which meant I could handle it, right? Chapter 5, the barn. Mom opened the door and we stepped inside. The barn felt different, magical. It was like I'd never seen it before. Now I knew it held secrets. These cabinets hold the medical supplies I've gathered over the years, Mom said, and over here are some books that you might find helpful. There aren't any books about magical animals, but you'll find that magical creatures and everyday animals are often similar. Once I had a sick winged fox, and it helped to read about both birds and foxes. Sometimes you'll need to run an experiment to figure out what the animal needs or what will work best. You can look through my old science journals over there to get a better idea of what I'm talking about. My heart beat faster. As soon as she was done with the tour, I was heading straight for those journals. My breath caught. There'd be more magical photos in there. I could hardly wait to see them. I interrupted her. So if I hear the bell, I run out here, and if the animal will be at the back door, and I bring it inside and try to figure out what's wrong? Mom nodded. Some of the animals can speak, like Pip, but most can't. Remember, you can use the books and my old journals to help you. This must seem like a lot of responsibility, but I know you'll do your best. Do you have any questions? My mind was spinning, but I shook my head no. If Mom believed I could handle this, I could, I hoped. And if things got too tricky, I could ask Dad to help. Wait a minute, Mom hadn't mentioned Dad at all. That was definitely strange. What about Dad? Can he help me? Your father can't see any of the magical animals. Until you saw Pip in the photo, I thought I was the only human who could see them. Mom shook her head sadly. I tried to introduce Pip to your dad once, but he couldn't see or hear him. Whoa, so this was definitely all up to me. Mom kissed me on the head. I've got to go, but I'll see you in a week. I'll let Dad know you're out here before I leave. Wait, I piped up. If a magical creature comes, do I get to take its picture? I was pretty sure that one of the best parts of this whole thing was going to be collecting magic photos. Mom laughed and opened one of the desk drawers. Here's my camera. You're free to use it. But since it's instant film, you can't take too many photos or it'll get really expensive. Only take one of each animal, okay? And oh, here, she dug around at the bottom of the drawer, a brand new science journal just for you. I wrapped my arms around my mom and gave her a big squeeze. I was glad to have the stuff in all the cabinets and drawers and Mom's old science journals to distract me. It made saying goodbye much easier. I set my thinking goggles on the barn desk and grabbed the pile of science notebooks. I spent the next few hours with Sassafras curled up in my lap as I flipped through all of them. The photos were so incredible. I flipped to a page with a creature that looked like a flower. I leaned in for a closer look, and the scent of roses filled my nose. A few pages later, I found a photo of something fluffy and blue that was shaped like a snake. I brushed my fingers over the photo, and I could feel its soft feathers. This was going to be so much fun. I could hardly wait to see what creature I'd get to meet first. I can't wait to see what happens next.